Hello friends! I answered the first half of my list of viewer questions last week. Let's answer the rest of your questions right now. To get us started, Brian has 2 questions. Number 1, do you give classes or do you recommend anyone in the Phoenix or Arizona weekend area for taking classes with? I don't give live classes. I make videos instead. For the Phoenix area though, perhaps inquire at Tempe Camera, and they may be able to hook you up with an instructor or some workshops. I would definitely be clear about your abilities with any potential instructor though, so that you can work with them beforehand to assure that your needs and their skills are a good match for your money. And number 2 from Brian, I am trying to get out to different areas of the state and taking more pictures. I noticed that you seem to favor going to the national parks. Where in Arizona and the surrounding weekend road trip area do you recommend most to include, but not limited to, the parks? One of the reasons that I live in Arizona is that there are so many places for fantastic outdoor photography. Of course, we have the Grand Canyon, but for me, that's just the beginning, but a very important beginning. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it, but it's my favorite place in all of the world. I do tend toward national parks and monuments because you can buy an all-you-can-visit annual pass that gets you into all national parks and monuments across the U.S. And these places are designated parks and monuments for a reason. They're fantastic. And they're typically pretty easy to visit with restrooms and drinking water. As for my recommendations, it would be so hard for me to choose a small list. You've got dry deserts, thick forests, tall mountains, and more in Arizona, sometimes just minutes from one another. And if you look further north, across the Colorado Plateau region into Utah, you have Bryce, Zion, Arches, and other fantastic parks. Check out the playlist above for my SnapChick field trip and hike videos to some of my favorite areas that I've spent some appreciable amounts of time in. Here's the thing. The Grand Canyon, Sedona, and a few other areas get most of the attention in the tourist dollars. You're just as likely to find me off the beaten path though, maybe halfway up a mountain or even just at a park with a lot of trees and some critters. Just this morning, I was at the Watchable Wildlife Trail just outside of Flagstaff, which is just a little trail you can go to. And you'll see me other times at the Riparian Preserve in Gilbert, which is in the Phoenix area. You guys know that if I'm outside anywhere and I have a camera of any type in my hand, I'm a pretty happy camper. You asked for specific recommendations though, so my answer is go to all of them. You can check out that playlist above though as a starting point. Ken asks, what creates the best image? Megapixels, lens, or Photoshop type manipulation, or the more you pay, the better you get? Well, best is subjective, so I will give you my straight opinion. You create the best image when you click the shutter on whatever camera happens to be in your hands. The rest is details. And that's it for today, friends. Thank you all for your great questions. I'll be on the hunt for more questions soon. So make sure that you like my Facebook page so that you will see when I put the call out for questions.